Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Shilpa Data Insights. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we will be discussing one more interview question that is asked in the big MNC company. So I have actually curated a lot of questions already which is being asked in different MNC companies. You should go ahead and watch all the videos and practice them so that you are pro in PySpark and you will be able to crack any interview that you appear for. And the key note here is practice, practice and practice. So if you practice all the question, definitely you will be able to answer these questions in the interviews or similar kind of questions. So the question that I will be solving today, it will be in a different platform which is StrataScratch. I've already created a complete video in which I've explained to you how to use the StrataScratch website and how to practice the question there. And this particular video is not sponsored right now for StrataScratch, but this is a very useful particular platform where the data engineers can go ahead and practice their question. So do not forget to practice the question. Make sure you have a hands-on in all the questions that I'm sharing it with you. So in today's question, the question will be related to employee data set, which is a very common data set, but the approach in which I will be giving you the answer, it will be a little different. So do not forget to watch the complete video at the end. And if you know the solution, I would definitely recommend you to go ahead and solve the question by your own before actually watching the video, and then come back to the video and see the approach or the solution that I'm sharing it with you. So I hope you like the video, and please make sure you subscribe the channel so that you get the updates with all the interview questions. So without any delay, let's get started. Okay, so let's read out this question that is asked. And this is a very famous interview question that I was saying again. In this question, basically, we have workers with highest salary. So we need to find the job titles of the employees with the highest salary. If multiple employees have the same highest salary, include the job titles for all such employees. So we have a data set basically in which we have a title data set and a worker data set. So let's see what we have. In the worker data set, we have worker ID, first name, last name, salary, joining date and department. And in title, we have the worker reference ID, worker title, effected from. So now we need to get the employee title who have the highest salary. For example, if you say like we have departments in which there is HR, IT and everything, and there are specific titles like manager, assistant manager, data engineer, data analyst, senior data analyst, senior data engineer, consultant and so on, right? So you need to find out who is the best paid title. So that is actually in demand. This is something, a real-time scenario which really helps you to figure out whether that particular title is the best paid and you can actually opt for that particular career position, right? So let's go ahead and solve this question of who is the best paid title. So before solving the question, let's first see what is the data set that we have. I will do a worker.show and I will do a title.show and I will run this code. So if you will see here in the worker.show, we have worker ID, first name, last name, salary, joining date and department, right? And in this title, we have the reference ID, worker title and effective from, right? So let's go ahead and solve this particular question. So what I will do is I'll create a data frame. So for creating this data frame, we will be using the worker and I will be joining the worker with my title. And how I will be joining worker with title, I will be joining it with the help of the ID that I have. So I have in the worker ID, and in my title, I have this worker reference ID. Okay, and how I want to join? I want to join it like inner. So let me go ahead and do a df.show here and run the code. So let me see, there's some error that it came up, worker. Okay, so I have double equal to here. So I have my worker ID, first name, last name, salary, joining date, department, worker reference ID, and the worker title and the affected from, right? So in this, I have joined all the columns, but if you will see, I will not need all the columns. So just to avoid the confusion, let's go ahead and first select the columns that we actually need. So what we need is, let's say we need the worker ID. Then we will also need the worker title because we need to find out the best worker title. And then we will be needing the salary because we need to find who is being paid best, right? So let me do a df here and do a show command. Now what I need to do is I need to group this data based on the worker title, and I need to also find if there are two best worker title, I need that as well. So how will I do it? If you see, for grouping the data, you can either use a group by or partition by, right, using the window spec. I will be using the window spec in order to group it because if there are multiple worker titles, I need all of them, right? So what I will do is I will actually introduce a window spec. In this window spec, I will use window dot, I'll just do an order by what? I will do an order by salary, right? And I want to order this by salary in basically a descending order. So let me actually do one thing here. I will use the column operator itself to calculate this. So order by column, salary in the descending order. So this is my window spec. Now I will go ahead and introduce another column called rank. If you don't know how to introduce a new column, do watch the video which I have explained to you how to introduce a column. I will pin that in the I button. And I'm using a dense rank. Even if you don't know how the dense rank operates, please watch that video. I'll pin that as well in the I button. Now in the dense rank, we have this on over what? I want to do it on the window spec that I have, right? So let me go ahead and do a df.show to show you what exactly the result it shows. Okay, there is a mismatch in the bracket. Let me just figure that out in line 39. I don't know why it says line 39, but let me see. Okay, here we have this order by, which there is a mistake here because I have to order it by this and then close it. Here we go. So now we have the worker ID, worker title, salary, and rank. So if you will see, the salary of assistant manager and manager for worker ID 4 and 5 is same. So the rank is given 1. Now for lead, the salary is 30,000 for ID this 3, and for ID 6, it is 20,000. So what I'm doing is I'm actually ordering it by salary. So I will do a 2 and 3 here. So the next one. So I'm just ordering it by the rank that I'm getting. Now, after this, what I will do is, as I don't need all, I just need the ones where the rank is basically 1. So what I will do is I will do a filter in which I will do filter the column rank is equal to 1. Okay, that it will give me only the assistant manager and manager ID. Now in my result data set, I don't have all. So what I will do is I'll just go ahead and select my worker title, which I need in my result data set. After selecting this worker title, what I will do is I will actually alias this particular thing. So let me alias it. For that, I'll just wrap it in this column itself and dot alias. What is the alias? That is best paid title. Okay, so I'm aliasing it with the best paid title. So now let me do a df. I'll just assign this, otherwise it is not going to replace the data frame. So this is my best paid title. So if you will see in the result, I need the best paid title, and the result is assistant manager and manager. So we actually got the result data set. So what we learned in this particular video is we have to join two data frames in order to get the required data from both the data frames and then with the help of the window function of the dense rank, we are actually calculating who is the best paid title. And we also need to filter out the records which are the rank number 1, right? So this is how exactly you solve the question for this particular question that is being asked in the big MNC's company. So this is not a tricky question, this is an easy question, but you need to know how exactly to approach this particular question. I hope you have understood the video, and if you have liked this video, do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. And I would also recommend you to go ahead and watch the complete playlist in which I have covered all the interview in this particular playlist. That is the interview series. I have covered a lot of questions. Do make sure you practice them all and be a pro in PySpark and data engineering field. So till the next video, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you have a good day.